I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. Hello, Facebook. Hello, Instagram. Hello, YouTube. Hello, wherever you are watching this from. I am so excited to talk to you today about time. I have spoken with a lot of parents, many parents. And when we get to the root of some of the challenges, it's an issue of time management. It's the challenge of time management. And the more and more that I've thought about it, this issue and challenge of time management really is, it's a tough lesson. It's a tough lesson for me. It's a tough lesson for you. Usually I come in, and we're laughing and we're giggling, but this is a tough lesson today. And feel free, share this live, um, like, follow, comment along with me. I will definitely interact with you. The tough lesson is about time and how, believe it or not, know it or not, realize it or not, you are deprioritizing your child. And it shows in time management. Now this is tough. So I need the feedback when you all really catch catch the message. So why do I say that? Why do I say that we're deprioritizing our time? I'm going to give you a definition, okay? Because you may be like, oh my gosh, my kid is so important to me. Yes, but are they a priority? So to prioritize means to designate or treat something as more important than others. So there is a difference between important and priority. It means determining the order or dealing with according to their relative importance. So to prioritize something means this is important, but this is priority. So that's the definition for prioritize. I'm going to give you the definition for important. Important means of great significance or value. Good morning, Richard. Likely to have a profound effect on success, survival, or well being. Important means having high rank or status, means significantly original and influential. So we're going to use that first definition, great significance or value. So I'm talking to everyone today about how we may be deprioritizing our children and not even realize it. Why do I say that? This is a wild world. We got a lot of priorities. We have a lot of things that are important, but where we place our children is most essential to their success, not just in life, not just in school, but also in life. So if you don't know me, look, if you're on my channel, if you're on my page, if somebody shared this with you, you don't know who I am. It's like, how dare she? Who is she? Um, First of all, let me talk about the shirt. Today is the first day of preschool, so we going in like we own the place, okay? That's I got the sprinkles, the glitter, the bedazzle. Josiah is going into preschool 3, and I'm so excited. I am up early. I am energized. I am ready for him to have the best day ever because I'm prioritizing him and his success. Now, we don't have enough time to waste, do we? We don't. So, I was telling you who I am. Okay, my name is Cassandra Brewington. I'm the founder and CEO of Supplemental Education, LLC. We are an ed tech company. We provide virtual tutoring support as well as parent coaching to make sure that your child has access to the resources they need to be successful in school and in life. It's education, okay? It's school success, it's life success, and it's parent empowerment. I am here to tell you, it's like PSA, public service announcement, that we got to learn this tough lesson, that there is a difference between important and priority. There just is. So we don't have enough time, right? We don't have time to waste. The number one struggles for parents is this time management. Like, Cass, I got so many things I need to do. It's hard for me to fit in homework time. Fit in? Fit in homework time? We have so many activities and my kids and this and that. I know they're struggling with bullying, but I don't know what to do. So it's an issue of time prioritizing your children. Okay. I said time prioritizing your children, but it's an issue of prioritizing. And really, it's the issue of deprioritizing. So they are a priority, but they are maybe 35th on the list. So we're giving our children the leftovers of our time from the very beginning, right? As soon as they can walk, you can eat by yourself, great. You can take a bath, good. Wonderful. You got it. And we are giving them the leftovers of my time. Great. I can get back to all the things that I need to do. And when I'm finished, I'll check on you. This is a tough lesson. Like, it's just the lesson I woke up with. It's the lesson that was on my heart because it's a lesson that I learned, and I'll tell you about that in just a minute. I want to talk to you about how you may not even realize the ways that you are deprioritizing. But the great thing is, I have a way that you can undo the deprioritization of your child and start to place them at the tippity top, right? Not the very top, because it's God, it's you. If you got a spouse, it's you with your spouse. And it's your children. They're still at the top of the priority list. This is not for a guilt trip. I just want you to plan differently. I want you to feel confident. I want you to know that you do have enough time. You just have to reprioritize. And if you need support with reprioritizing, or you need to create a success plan for your child, for your family, really for yourself, I am here for you. I have parent strategy sessions, and August 20th, the price is going up because I am reprioritizing my time as well. Josiah will be in school, a couple of things will be kicking off the ground. And so I want to be able to take 10 parents, that's all I have space for, 10 parents into an hour-long strategy session. These will be one-on-one and virtual. If you're in Kansas City, we can meet in person. We can grab a smoothie and meet in person. And I want us to walk through your plan for your child's success, starting with your time. If they have your time, they have your attention, then they have success. I truly trust and I believe that. So again, there's a difference between prioritization and importance. And now it's story time. All right. So if you know me, you know family is priority. It just is. You know, it's God, it's me. I love some me time, and it's family. And if you are a close friend, you are likely in the bucket of family. So last week, I prioritized time with family. All right. I prioritized time with family because family is a priority. But I had not written down a very important meeting that we needed to attend for Josiah's school. This meeting, uh, I signed that I understood this meeting was required for him to start school. Hear me when I say I signed that I understood. Now, did I actually understand? Did I actually, somehow I missed it, but I signed that I understood that this meeting was required for him to begin preschool. So I go, we visit family. We come back. Or no, while we're there, I realize, oh my gosh, I have this meeting. Let me reschedule it. The only rescheduling day was for Wednesday of the next week. I'm like, okay, great. Wednesday's fine. But then I get the message that, oh, that means he can't start school until after that meeting, which would be Thursday. And I'm like, wait a minute. Sis, I got things to do next week during the day while he's at school. But this is my child. So I say, is that in the policy? Yes, it is. Can we meet virtually? No, we can't. I'm gonna find a way or make one type of woman. But the way that was made is he's going to be with you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday, you need to be at that meeting, and he can start school on Thursday. So we're starting today. Today's Thursday. We're starting now. And I tell you that story because what I had planned Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, what I had that was important, all got pushed and moved around because my son is priority. I'm looking at my calendar, which is on my desk behind me. And I want to tell you the things that had to shift because of my lack of time management, my misunderstanding, my missing a mark and writing it down, like literally missing a mark. But because my son is priority, I didn't try to find a way to make it work. I just had to keep the important things, and make sure not to deprioritize time with my son. Okay, so here, Monday, I'm looking at my list. Okay, Monday I had some virtual uh, classes and I had tutoring. On Tuesday, we had an appointment, Josiah and I, and then meetings, and then I had my webinar. Okay, webinar, we just pushed that to the evening because I offered 2 sessions. On Wednesday, we had a meeting in the morning. I had a virtual conference that I wanted to attend, didn't. And we did something else. There was something else yesterday. But I decided to spend some time, and we went to a children's museum on Wednesday because I'm like, I want you to have your time. And it was in between meetings, it was in between and in transition, but I prioritized time. I'm not saying this to uplift myself. I'm saying that I literally had to look at my calendar and I had to call and cancel a doctor's appointment. I had to call and cancel a meeting with a friend. I had to not show up to the virtual conference that I planned, and I had to cancel my Parent Plus workshop for the morning slot. You might be saying you didn't have to do that. You could have done that with him there, or you could have got da. I could have, but what the sentiment is that it was backwards, right? It was me taking things off of my calendar, which makes it feel like, Cass, you lost something. Right now I can't do something. And there are emotions and feelings. Let's be honest, as parents, there are feelings and emotions that come when we can't do something because of our kids. I can't do da da da. Johnny's got a soccer game. I can't do blah blah blah. I promise this, that. And so I want to teach you quickly before we get off, and I'm going to use my next week as an example. I'm pulling out all my calendars, and I want to teach you how to quickly and effectively and efficiently prioritize your child. This is how you do it. You start with them. You start with them, okay? God, yourself, your child. You start with them. Nowhere in there is work prioritized. And work pays the bills and work brings in the bacon. And I know society has had us shift. It's the way that the world works, that like work and then, everything else, wherever, however I feel, it's everything else. Maybe my spouse, maybe relationship with God, maybe the kids. Honestly, God be getting the last of the last. But I'm learning, and I've learned that it works to start at the top. So my time with God, part of me waking up early, is I need time with God. Like I need quiet, I need peace. Um, I crack open my Bible, I pray. Sometimes I just sit, I journal, I meditate. And when I say meditate, it's like just sit still. Like before you get to moving, before you get into the cycle of doing, just sit still and be. Okay. So I start at the top. Then what do I need? I need that time. I need that quiet. I need to put myself together. I need to be ready for the day. I need to drink my water. Hold on. I really need to drink my water. I need to eat my fruit and vegetables. I have to prioritize it. And all of that helps me show up for my child. It helps me make time for Josiah. So when I think about prioritizing him, and as you think about prioritizing your kids, it's looking at, after you've made that time with God and with yourself, and spouse, if you're married, what do you need to show up for them? Okay, so I'm looking at our schedule. Josiah's about to start. So I'm going to show you. I'm walking through this. This is a live workshop. Comment if it helps you. I would love for you to comment if it helps you. And if you want to get into a strategy session where we can do something like this, the strategy session is whatever you need it to be. But if you're saying, oh my gosh, time, yes, it's time management. I feel like I don't have enough time. The day starts and it's over. Da, da, da. You need a plan. 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 It just is what it is. You absolutely cannot keep functioning without a solid plan. It will drive you crazy. It will drive you nuts, and not in a good way. It'll drive you crazy. All right. So next week, and I'm going to actually start with, today is Thursday. I'm going to actually start with, no, I'm going to do a week. I'm going to do a week. So, because this is usually when I'm starting to plan my next week. And by Friday, my next week is completely planned out. So I am going to start with Sunday. All right. Sunday is the 20th. I'm going to grabbing my calendar. All right. So I actually have a paper calendar, I have my Google calendar, and then I have a whiteboard calendar. And all of them are synced, but it depends on where I'm at and what's in my hand. I use my digital camera. I use my virtual digital calendar, my Google calendar, most often because it can be handheld. It can be right in my hand and it's with me. So I'm going to look at the month. I said that, but I have my paper calendar. And I'm going to highlighter. And I'm going to, and this, you know what? I probably need to, I want to really show y'all, but I'm going to plan out what's happening on Sunday. So Sunday, I know we go to church. Priority is that Josiah is up and ready and great and excited, and that he gets his time in Sunday school. So we need to be to church by 10 a.m. Then on Monday, Josiah needs to be to school by 8, which means he needs to be up by 7:15. I don't want to rush my baby. Just because I improperly plan, I do not want to be rushing him to school. I don't want to be rushing him in the door. I want him to have all the time that he needs to get ready. And so I also have tutoring at 6 p.m. And I have a class 11 a.m. So he's not with me during the day when I would have that. So I need to prioritize, what time do we spend, since the morning is us, we'll be able to spend some time and get ready for school. But what time are we spending in the afternoon? So from 3 to 5 p.m. It's the Spider-Man exhibit. Yeah, he loves some Spider-Man. And that exhibit is a nice walkthrough. We can then eat, and I will be ready for my tutoring session. So I'm starting, because I already know my morning routine is time with me. I'm starting with prioritizing, what does he need? Then Josiah needs to be wrapped up. It needs to be, he needs to be getting in the bed by 7:30 so that he can get all the sleep that he needs. So my tutoring session, I'll just use that hour block to wrap everything up. And we'll be getting ready for bed by 7. so he can get in bed at 7:30. All right. So I don't know if this is helpful. You might be thinking, Cass, I already do this. Like, this is very, very basic. But there's a difference when we start with our children because they have space on our calendar. They have space within our schedule, which means a job, an opportunity, and someone else's emergency cannot hop on my list of priorities if my child is already at the top. It just is what it is. Um, a, mm, was it 2 months? It was about, so I got an opportunity to do some work 2 months ago. And about a month ago, I got more clarity on the hours of this opportunity. And it just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. I'm like, no, that won't work. Like, that's the time with Josiah. It's starting way too early. There's a lot of flexibility in it, but it's also ending way too late. And so, because I've already prioritized my time with Josiah, we already have our schedule and our routine. It just doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit my priorities for right now. I had to call some friends and say, hey, friends, that trip we were going to take, y'all know I love a trip. Y'all know I love to travel. But we really got to establish a routine at the beginning of this year. And I had to I had to change priorities. I have to switch my priorities around. I just have to. It's just what I have to do. And so I hope that this I know it's helpful, but I hope that it's applied. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm looking at Wednesday because this is helpful to me. And Wednesday, we're gonna do our gymnastics class. And gymnastics will be ending soon, will be replaced by drumming. But I'm adding that in. Thursday. Was that anything? Looks like something got scratched through. I need to double check and look at Thursday on my phone. Thursday is open, so we can definitely go to the park on Thursday. And we may even see if we can make it a play date. Josiah would have been in school for a solid week, and I'm sure he will enjoy seeing some of his old buddies from his other class, his other school. And then Friday, I love to keep Friday free. So in the evening, we order in, we do a movie, we have family time, or we go outside. Um, no bedtime. I mean, when we get tired, we lay down, but that's how Friday goes. And then Saturday, I have, oh, that's optional. So here's the thing. I love being social, right? So I put things on my calendar that I would like to do. And if they require a sitter or if they just don't work, I make an adjustment. So call, is a sitter available? Yes, no, maybe so. I got to back up to a backup to a backup. But I'm going to take this one. This was just a nice to do off of the calendar. So our Saturday is wide open. And I know Saturday he has the opportunity to do a sample drum lesson. So I'm going to double check on the drum lesson for Saturday. And I'm going to make sure that in this season, in this block of time, thank you for joining. We are talking about how you're deprioritizing your child and you may not even realize it. I'm going to, and I hope you do, lead with God, self, spouse, children. Your children need your time. Many of the areas where we are challenged is in our time, is in our I double booked, I overscheduled. I can't help you with that. I have to go to work. I can't do that. I have plans. And listen when I say you do not have to give your children all of your time, but give them the priority on your time. Give them priority. Give them priority. Josiah knows something happens at school. What job? What business? He's priority. My family knows they're a priority. God knows you are a priority. And so sometimes we are making so many other things priority that our children get the leftovers. And then we wonder, I don't know why he acting out in school. I don't know why her grades are slipping. I don't know why. So let's do an assignment. I love homework. So today I want you just to take account of your time. And there's this app that I used to do it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. To help you take account of your time. I sent it to my cousin, so I'm about to see if I have record of it. Uh, and what it helps you do is every 15 minutes, so you got to download the app or you can use it on the computer, but every 15 minutes you can go in and you can key in what you spent the last 15 minutes doing. We will see where our time is going, and that helps us to reprioritize it. If it takes getting up an hour earlier, can you do that to make space for yourself so that you can allow space and time for your child? Here are three things that you can do starting today. Okay? Three things. I love to give you something, and your homework is to tell me how it went. Tell me how it goes. I had two people reach out about yesterday's live and how they implemented it or plan to implement it. And that was so helpful because I know what I'm sharing are tips, and I want them to land on I want them to land on the target. Like I want you to apply these things. So there are three things. Okay. The first is monitor your use of devices. I do a lot of work from my phone and my computer. So I know that Josiah sees mommy on the phone, on the computer, talking very often. There are things I've had to cut out so that he understands he's priority. So I'm in clubhouse rooms, I moderate on Clubhouse, which is an audio app. If you don't know, it's just a place for us to talk and collaborate, business, ministry, all kinds of things. And I've had to cut out attending some of those rooms, like logging on and even just listening in the background. So number one, monitor. When I say monitor, it's like, should you be texting while driving? Do you need to be on the phone when you pick them up from school? This is me talking to me. If it hits you, it hits you. Um, do you need to be scrolling while he's awake? Like, it's just things we can do to really show our kids that they're a priority and to really just prioritize them. Really, a lot of what we're doing with our time, we can adjust it. It's not like we can't do those things, but we can adjust it so that our kids are a priority. This might be important, but this is priority. Um, this is priority. Okay, so adjusting your screen time and or monitoring your screen time, and with that, using the time with your child. So not just being like, yeah, I shouldn't be, but like, I shouldn't be. Cassandra gave me three questions I could ask. Let me ask one of those. Let me start a conversation. Or let me spend time. Let me do something that they're interested in. So monitor your screen time and replace it with more time with your kids. I'll say it like that. The second thing that I want you to think about is, how are you starting the day? Like, is there any time you can spend at the beginning of the day with your child? So when Josiah wakes up, usually I go into his room, I'm singing, I'll pat his back, I'll give him kisses. Hey, Snookum, good morning, Snookum. Like, I love it. I love it. I love it. And even if it's 2 or 3 minutes, he gets that time before we then get up and start our morning routine. It's just a little bit of time, but it's a huge priority for me to go into his room, to hug him, to pick him up, to speak over him, to speak into him before we start our routine, before we get on the go. Okay. So monitor your screen time and replace it with more time with your child. Um, Consider spending time early in the morning, or whenever your child is getting up. If you leave before they do, leave a note. If they're older, leave an audio message, a video, a text. Like, y'all, let's be creative. We can do this. We can do this. We got it. And then number 3 is think about how you are ending your child's day, because the end of their day might not be the end of your day. You might have them in their room going to bed. They might be, have a bedtime, and you may be up later. Consider how you can close out and wrap up their day so that the day starts with time with you and it ends with time with you. And I was on a live yesterday where we talked about how our relationships with our children really help us reflect on our relationship with God. And I think about one of my goals is to start with my Heavenly Father and to end my day with Him. Start with thanksgiving and my requests and my intentions and receiving information for the day, and ending with thanksgiving and my requests or whatever's on my heart, emptying out, and then sleeping and resting. And what if our children could do the same thing? What if they could start the day saying, "Man, I'm tired. I know you're tired, but it's going to be a great day. I know you got your chemistry test. I want you to get a good breakfast." Like these words that we can speak over them. Because the time that we spend, we'll talk about it later, but the time we spend is for talking. We got to be talking the whole time, but it's for communication. It's for communication. So when your children are just talking and talking and talking, it's like, would you be quiet? Just enjoy that there is a flow of conversation, an opportunity for communication. All right, let's apply those 3. So monitoring our screen time. How can I help start the day with my child and prioritize time there? And how can I end the day and prioritize time with my child there? This was good. Drop a comment in the chat if you loved it. Let me know how you applied it. I would love to hear it. And it's a tough lesson about time. I took my time with this. Look, we've been on live for a minute. It's a tough lesson. It's a tough lesson about time. But the truth is that important and priority are different. And we know our children are important, but are they our priority? I know they are. And if they are priority, it'll show up in the way that we spend time, the way we manage time, and the way that we invest our time with our children. All right, that's all I got. Hope you enjoyed this live, and I would love to hear how you applied what you learned. I'll talk to you all in a little bit.